Stangibelisco here from the frigid black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of Advanced Scientific Experimentation. A while back, I made a video entitled, "Do You Hear a Strange Low Hum?" It has to do with a low-pitched humming noise that some people hear in their heads. And they hear it wherever they go, and it can be quite an annoyance. I remember hearing it in northwestern Wisconsin. It's all explained in that video. You can just you can scroll back a little ways. It's about a month ago. Do you hear a strange low hum? And I just received a very interesting question that I thought I would answer with another video because it's so interesting. The question was, do you suppose that we could conduct an experiment in a vacuum to see whether or not it is an internal noise? I believe that was the pretty much the exact wording of the question. And the answer is, well, of course we could, if someone has the money to pay for the cost of such an experiment and also has that particular problem. It's probably not terribly practical, but it certainly could be done. But here's my take on that. I believe that the hum that I was hearing was caused not by sound, but by electromagnetic waves vibrating the red blood cells in my inner ears, because I could hear that sound even if I plugged my ears up. But I have not had that problem since. By the way, there's another problem, though, that a lot of people have. It's a ringing sound in their ears. And you can indeed hear that if you plug your ears up, and I'm having a little of it right now. And certain drugs will cause that problem in a lot of people, particularly drugs that have a tendency to raise your blood pressure, or certain non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin or ibuprofen in large doses will do this to a lot of people. I'm not sure why. You could ask your doctor. He probably wouldn't know either, or she. But a vacuum wouldn't stop an electromagnetic field. So if I'd have conducted that experiment in Wisconsin, presuming that it was caused by that military installation that has since been dismantled, that low-pitched hum that a lot of people heard, a vacuum, you would hear it even in a vacuum. That wouldn't stop it. But that doesn't mean it's a sound. A vacuum will stop a sound if it's an external noise coming into your ears, and you're hearing this hum, like the low-pitched hum of an aircraft of certain types, or the low-pitched hum of motor vehicles of certain types, heavy equipment, construction equipment, things like that. You can tell whether or not it's an internal sound or not. Sound. If it's an internal sound, plugging your ears will stop it, because it's coming through the atmosphere from outside of your head. So, certainly we could conduct an experiment, but it would not necessarily determine whether or not it was it would not really necessarily determine whether or not it was caused by sound. I think it was just an interesting question, and I guess the long and the short of it is, I'm not sure what such an experiment would prove, but it certainly could be done if you have the money and the problem to do it. So, have at it if you're so predisposed, but be careful what conclusions you draw from experiments that you do. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Until next time, so long.